Hello, I'm Mary-Ann Hobbs. Thank you so much for listening to this Ian McCulloch interview, and if you stick around until the very end, you can hear an extra chapter that we've saved especially for this extended online edit about Ian's daytime TV recommendations. Six Music.
The key of life.
It's Mary-Ann Hobbs, you're locked on BBC Radio 6 Music, and I'm absolutely delighted to be able to tell you that just across the desk from me is the notorious Mr. Ian McCulloch. It's such a pleasure to see you.
Hiya.
I wanted to start way back in Liverpool, Allsop High School.
Allsop Comprehensive School. Well, it was the junior school, which was on County Road, which you went to after your primary, from 11 till 13 or whatever. And that was called Arnott. That's where they got me when I was playing footy in the playground. I slipped. I had these new leather sole shoes on. All the rage in the catalogue. We had to play with tennis balls. So anyway, I was about to bury this tennis ball into the wall, and I slipped on me. It must have been me standing, like the left one, on this piece of glass or something. I went right on my face and smashed my front tooth in. This is a cap. I would just chop my tooth off with the nerve still presumably dangling. And my best mate at school, Lee, definitely the cock of the year, so it kind of made sense for me to be his best mate, and him mine. I just remember him, as I opened my mouth, he laughed his head off, and I thought, that hurt more than the floor. Well, finally the nerves just didn't hurt anymore. I just left it chipped for about 2 years, because I just couldn't be bothered going to the dentist. I don't know, I've never been good at doing things on my own, you know, or sorting things out when they're wrong. Especially in those days. No, especially in these days, to be honest. So, yeah, that was in the junior school bit, and then Allsop Comprehensive, and it was great. They had a great entry where you could, we call it sagging, and I've heard in Woollyback places that it's called wagging off, which just sounds stupid. You know, sagging sounds stupid as well, but it's a Scouse thing, isn't it? The S really helps. If we were to say, oh, I'm wagging off, it sounds a bit different from sagging off. And you don't sag off, you just sag. I'm sagging school. I got caught a few times, but used to pretend that wasn't me. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Footy at playtime and total daydreaming through the rest of it, you know. Oh, and detention and art and English, they were the things that kind of got me through. I remember thinking I seemed to understand this mathematics, even a bit of algebra, until I couldn't see the blackboard. I think my eyesight just went really dodgy around when I was 13. I was like, I can't see any of the things he's scribbling, and I didn't want my mates to know I had to wear glasses, so I didn't. There's a thing you can do, you can pull the side of the eye, the skin of the side of the eye, and it kind of helps contract the eye muscle or whatever. It's like what lenses do, I suppose. But after, must have been 4 years of that, it wasn't working as well, and my eyes were killing me, so I decided to finally go to school with a pair of shit, not shades, they were tinted glasses. It was a big deal, that, for me, because glasses in those days were rubbish, you know. I used to do my head in, not being able to see. But it was only things that I wouldn't have wanted to see anyway, like maths, history, and I realised that all the teachers couldn't write, because history teachers, rubbish handwriting, English teachers invariably rubbish handwriting, mathematicians, they don't even write letters, do they? So yeah, I wasn't bothered about seeing all that. It was like, plus especially as I already knew, and I still do, that 1 times 1 is 2, defo. And I've got a way to prove it, but I'm not giving it away yet.
Six Music.
The key of life.
I want to know about the beginnings of the Bunnymen. Tell me about who you were at that point.
I'm not bothered.
And what it was you wanted to achieve.
I'm writing this book, it's ongoing for years, and in this book I say, for anyone there hoping that I'm going to tell you things about the Bunnymen, for one thing I can't remember most of it, and the other thing is, you should have been there, or I don't want to tell you that, I don't want to let you. I'm actually writing a book which is, I don't want people to read, unless they've never heard of me. That's who it's aimed at. And I want prizes in literature, not more autograph hunters. But the early days, there's not a lot to tell other than I had a guitar, an acoustic, which had been under my bed for years, having paper lice wriggle in and out. And then somebody came round to tune it one day, but it only had 3 strings left. And then I kind of learned, roughly how to play. I got other strings put on it, because Bowie used to play acoustic. That's why I wanted an acoustic, and I got it from Bell's catalogue, or my mum did. Probably still paying for it now, it was like 25 quid, but it was okay, I think. As soon as I heard Starman, that was it. That's all I thought I'd do, but I wanted to be great at it. But then I thought, it's not going to happen, I can't play guitar, too shy to do anything else. It'd hurt, because it's like learning how to walk or something, or saying your first words. Because it was like, there's no way my fingers can do that. And then when they do, it's like, better than all that schooling, there wasn't one breakthrough moment of being taught anything. All of those years of just having that tunnel vision without really anything to back it up, and it wasn't like I'd make up tunes, but Ziggy and Hunky Dory and Leonard Cohen's Greatest Hits or whatever, and Berlin and Transformer, all of that stuff, and the Velvet stuff, it's like, this is me, I know that there's a connection, because it just felt like in my room, my bedroom in Norris Green, that I shared with my brother. I'd make everyone stay downstairs, because, and I'd have the lights off. And I'd say to my mum, don't go in the kitchen. Christ knows what she thought I was doing up there, but I could tell when she'd open the door. I'd have to stop, I'd be listening to Ziggy Stardust or something. It's like, I'd get a right cob on this at the age of 13. And I go downstairs, I said, don't go in the kitchen. She wanted a cup of tea. And she didn't get it, but it was like, even with my eyes closed, I could tell, and I couldn't hear it, but it was like something changed. It was the atmospheres and the way those Bowie, Lou Reed and Larry Cohen, something in the voices that, they weren't heroes, they were like spiritual guides or something. And even at the age of 13, I'd think, God, this is doing something. I understood what it was doing, where it was taking me, and it's kind of, maybe I'd have been better if I'd have been into Mud and Slade, but because they seem like happy chaps, All of those things just touched something that was in my soul.
So how did this shy teenager that you speak of in your bedroom
well, I was a dead funny shy teenager as well. Well, I played footy. I must have been shy, but I also, didn't know what to talk about other than Bowie, Liverpool Footy Club. And, it'd be a go to school or try and shoot off. I used to like getting home for Sooty. It was on a Wednesday about 20 past 3. It was brilliant. More for sweep. I was a massive sweep.
I love sweep.
He's influenced me as much as Iggy Pop. He has. He's the coolest dog. He is. It was always a laugh, that, and it still is. The thing I like doing, I think more than anything, is making people laugh. Because I take for granted that certain people will realise that when it comes to singing great songs, I'm peerless, I think. But laughing is the best thing. It's like, see a lot of my brother again now. We watch the match together at mine, or go to the pub if it's on the Mad channels. It's like the old days where we just laugh our heads off. I don't like just smiling. Because we grew up on Eric Morecambe, Sooty and Sweep. Funny stuff, It wasn't a weird childhood, but it was definitely not like any of my mates. But through it all, it was kind of hanging on by the threads of humour and just being able to just laugh you out of anything.
Six Music. The key of life.
I just want to pick you up on that comment about you being such a shy kid, sitting learning to play the guitar in your bedroom. How did you actually make the transition to the man that we see fronting the Bunnymen on stage? How did that happen?
I'd left school. I remember that summer I went down to London on me Todd to see Bowie at Wembley Arena on the Thin White Duke thing. And it was like, what am I doing here? I'd never been out of Liverpool on my tot, or even much out the house, you know. Totally out of my depth. And I made my way to Wembley. I think I walked there from Victoria State. I thought, because I wasn't going to get on a bus in case it went somewhere wrong, so I just kept kind of heading towards Wembley. It was boiling. That's Wembley Arena. It was about 10 in the morning, and I was going on the Monday show, and then it was my birthday on the 5th, so it was 3rd and the 5th. He did 5 shows, I think. And as it was my birthday week, I thought, oh, yeah, I'll hang around London, probably meet some rich widow, or I'll meet some bloke who thinks I'm brilliant, some entrepreneurial type who can spot the charisma a mile off. If I just sit outside Wembley Arena, said to my dad the night before, he said, yeah, here's some money, you know, show yourself out. And it was 20 quid for 3 days in London, which even then, even in 1850 wouldn't last you till the Saturday Wednesday. I said, sure, I can get hotels with this. And he said, yeah, not a problem. I managed to find bed and breakfast, which I've seen the beds. I certainly won't be eating the breakfast if that's the best thing to do. And it was, so I went over there, I had this little case with no lock on, just a dog lead. I only had something like a pair of socks in there, some undies or something. And I knocked on the door, and they were all like ex-jockeys or something, all with matted everything, you know, matted kecks, matted earwax. It was £1.50 for the night, so I was laughing. I'd have, after popcorn and the odd can of lager, I'd probably have 15 quid left. I don't know if they had keys. He said, your room's down there. And I walked in and noticed there was another bed with belongings kind of there, and it was a fella. And I thought, I'm getting out of here. This is, even though I'm knackered. Left the case then, went over to sit in the scorching heat. Yeah, the sunshine by the time the gig came, because it was the hottest day of the southern year of my life. And all through the gig I was just thinking, and I thought, nah, even if there's other fella in the same room's all right. I'm not, you know. The show was fantastic. It was probably the best time, my favourite time I saw them, because I loved that In My Youth thing. And I suppose the whole thing of the trip and thinking, God, just being worried from the second I left the house to when I got back home. So I thought, I'm going to go and get my case, and then I'm just going to try and get to that coach station and stay there all night and try and blag getting on the next coach in the morning. It's obviously closed, you know, and I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a little hot chocolate out of the thingy and sit all night in my new hotel room, the photo booth. And I sat in there, pulled the curtain. You know, the morning came very quickly because it was May. And then I got on the next coach, and it was like, Jesus Christ, never again. But it was is it rites of passage, or, yeah, that was one of mine. Don't know how I did it. I should have been one of them kids that just end up in a dungeon somewhere, you know, being someone's butler. For me, I suppose that was important, because I had to go, because it was Bowie, and I'd been better going with a pole and a spot of Yankee on the end of it, you know, with a sandwich in it. I was a young 16, I think.
Six Music. The Key of Life.
The book's hilarious, but deep as well, and then very moving. But
tell me about the book. When did you decide to write this?
Somebody asked me. People had suggested it for years, and I remember going into Penguin saying to the fella, and he was well up for it, because he'd say, you know, we're really excited about the book. And I said, well, it's not going to be about the band or any of that. It'll be whatever I sort of want it to be about. He suggested I just write 20 pages of whatever. So I did, but I wrote in large letters, which I think's a great thing to do, you know, if you're running out of ideas and you're trying to write a book, just bigger letters. All the comments were like, this is obviously, you know, fantastic and stuff, and different to what they all expected. Because it is, when I've read it back, it's like some of it's so cryptic that I can't remember what the clue is, you know. Definitely, like, I've never read anyone write like it. it was maybe more natural and easy to write like that than even songs, you know. So loads of tangents going off the way I think, and it's handwritten and scribbled down stuff, because that's when you lose less thought. Because I like writing, and you know, I can see it, I put my head straight, very close to the page. It just feels like it's about something, and plus it makes me laugh writing it. It's like some of it's just so funny. I even have drawn a doodle of Nookie the bear. It's a pen drawing, but it's a spitting image of him. I like doing that, and I keep saying, if you are reading this thinking, you know, if you're one of them people who thinks that you can come up to me after reading it saying that you feel like you know me better now and my family, I don't want them to know what that house that we grew up in. I don't want them in there, you know. They're not invited, but it's kind of what I'm writing about, so they can come around for a cup of tea kind of thing, one by one, but I don't want them thinking that they live there. That's what puts me off reading novels, because it's like, I don't want to know about all that. I don't want to know for 2 pages how this fella smoked a ciggy, you know. How long was the ciggy? The instrument is gift for writing words, or the pen, you know. I like a nice flowing pen. In fact, I've run out of ink. I do crosswords. I've got Liverpool Echoes, Daily Mails and Expresses, because they do the nonogram thing, which I like. But on my table in the house, a mound that big, so easily 200 newspapers there. And then once you get to a certain thing, it's easier to just throw another paper on top and see if it slides off or stays there than throw them in a bin.
Six Music. The key of life.
I thought this was an half-hour job. How long have you been here?
No, we've been ages. Let me do a couple of others.
Miles better than Black Francis, isn't it?
Are you ready to talk?
And Billy Bragg.
Yeah, and Billy Bragg, and Tony Moore, and Nick Cave, and everyone.
Defo.
Are you ready for me to play this little clip? Because I think there's something about this clip that I think atomises so beautifully for me everything that you stand for.
I like it when people don't pander to audiences and don't use all the obvious gestures that are crowd-pleasing things, you know. And, you know, things like saying you've been a great audience and all that rubbish. I think music should be about magic and not about entertainment or, you know, satisfying someone.
I sound laid back there, careful. Doesn't even sound like me. I was telling you there, I was always trying to convince them I was a bit suaver than I actually am with me laconic drawl, whatever it's called. What do you want me to say about that? It's what hopefully separates me and the Bunnyman from all the... I couldn't believe it. There's a thing, I don't know if you know about it, but when we did the Lyceum in about 1980 or the end of 79, we were at the top of the bill and U2 were on, and we were unbelievable and the coolest, you know. I just remember I had a glass of rum and blackcurrant and a leather jacket on it, just cooler than I actually realised. Plus, I was singing a completely different song to the one the band were playing, oblivious. But we'd done our sound check, and I was just sitting down and stuff, and U2 come on to do their sound check, and they do this song, and I was thinking, bloody hell, they can play. It's impressive if you're into, like, cowboy hats and all that. Even then, you know, they wore cowboy boots and had ponytails. Jesus Christ. But it was at the end of the song, and there's no one in there to sound check. Silence, apart from Bono going, thank you, thanking invisible people, rehearsing that for the show. I thought, what? And they're going places. Because that's what people like, and it's like, I used to hate that. I didn't want someone singing a song and then going, hey, okay. It's like, don't let me realise that there's other people watching this. If it's something I love, I don't want anyone else to have it, you know. As Jim Morrison said, you cannot petition the Lord with prayer, you know. But that's people, they never used to do that. And it's been a gradual thing. It's just all of that special stuff seems to have just been, people aren't bothered anymore. You may as well go and knock on people's doors, pass out 50p off vouchers for your next Southern album. It's cringeville, you know, when you don't come on smiling your head off. It's not pantomime, whereas a lot of it is, you know. It's just obsequious, the wrong way round, you know. It's like, you're on stage, don't be like that, you know.
Six Music. The key of life.
Do you have a favourite piece of art, Ian?
Ooh. Yeah. And I mean, it's nice that people have all got copies. Not every person, but a lot of people have got their own Killer Moon. But if the Killer Moon is better than any Da Vinci, Michelangelo, whatever, because it works on miles more levels. If we'd have just done one and then flogged it for 93 million quid in Christie's, I wouldn't be that arsed, really, if anyone had ever heard it, far from me. And the proud owner, you know, the 97 million quid dude.
Would you be so good as to choose me one of your favourite pieces of music? It can be anything you like, something you'd like to play for the listeners this weekend, Ian.
Rabbit by Chelsea Dave. It's fantastic. Honest. Rabbit. The intro is incredible. It's up there with Take a Chance on Me, you know, with the old Rabbit. I can't do it. It takes two people, Chaz and Dave.
Right, you see.
So you can either play that or Jake Bugg, Broken. Yeah, play that one. It's a special song, and especially seeing him do it on Graham Norton. And it reminded me of me when I was younger. There's no, you're having a nice time. You might say that because he's a young lad but it was straight from somewhere where I am, you know. But I watched it over and over again going, and when it soars to that place where the song goes like, you know, shivers. And yeah, I think he's great as long as he keeps going. I kind of met him in London a few months ago, and the fact that he's not a band is hard, you know, I think, because you can have your head turned, or you can just be told to maybe go and record with someone who's completely the wrong person, you know. But he seems to know what he's doing. So, and his name's great, looks great, and he's got a voice that's unusual, but he can get places that are just brilliant, just purely on the quality of his voice, and combining that with a great tune and great words. It's like, he's a proper talent, you know. And there's no messing, you just look at him, it's like, there's not 1 ounce of fake, or, you know, so. And that makes a change. You see people, you know, indie bands who are like, you know, how desperate you have to form a band. Not all indie bands, but there's so many garbage ones. It's like people who can't even get to Polly, you know. Do something worthwhile. I've been watching a lot of Magnum P.I. recently. It makes me feel like I've had a holiday, you know. Bit of Hawaii, some palm trees, and the waves, you know. And I hate beaches and all that, but it is nice to get away for a bit from what is my living room existence. Yeah, and when Magnum P.I. is finished, I'll see if Dickie Van Dyke's on, you know, Diagnosis Moira. I love that programme. I've seen every episode though, so it's... Oh no, I've gone off bargain on, so I only watched the end bit, you know, where they see how much they lose. Dickinson's real deal, that gets me through. Till I've gone off Countdown. Can't be bothered anymore. And some of them some of them were too good and some of them were just thick, you know. And it's like, why did you come on this? You know, and the only reason I haven't gone on this is because I can't do the maths ones. It's unbelievable. Just looking at the things, saying, hang on, there's not enough numbers, give us another 3, and make all of them 1, you know.
Do they do a celebrity countdown? That would be incredible.
I think they have done, but I'm not doing it.
Celebrity countdown. Oh, you got to do it.
I'll do the one without the maths bit, or if I could have a partner like Stephen Hawking, he'd be good at the old maths, wouldn't he?
Would you do Strictly?
No chance. I don't have to prove I can groove. I didn't even know that was going to rhyme. But nah, I wouldn't be doing that or any of that.